Alright, this 100Ah battery bank with a pure sine wave 1000 watt inverter is all finished. It's integrated inside with an AC 110 volt charging port, so you could charge the bank when you're at home. And it also has a direct port. This is an in or out SAE connector, and there's the center off switch. When you move it forward, it connects the battery to the charge controller, which is inside the box, and you use these Anderson plugs to connect to your solar panel to be charging that. There's a built-in circulating fan inside, and center off. If it's really hot and you want to cool down your box, you could always flip it to the left, and then this fan kicks on. This is the actual circulating fan. This is the inlet. The box is full of vents. This is a vent also, which is facing the charger that's built inside the box for the battery that's inside. There's also a vent right here to make sure that all the air is circulating properly. This is an all-time on 12 volt. This is an all-time on 12 volt. The difference between this and the one here in the front, this port right here can handle up to 30 amps. So that's 360 watts. So you could plug in high draw cigarette lighter appliances, 12 volt. This one right here can handle up to 175. So you could plug in like laptop chargers, high-speed Type-C chargers, USB, all that good stuff. This is the button, the switch to turn on these red LED lights back here. Those are floods, and the reason why they're red is because when you're camping, it will not attract bugs. This blue illuminated switch here turns on this USB 3.0 that you open the slide. There's a dust cover. This is a power delivery Type-C as well with a dust cover. Here's another voltage meter. So right now it's at 14.3. USB fast charge, USB 3.1, power delivery up to 30 watts, and a 3.1 amp power delivery right there as well. Again, this is an all-time on 12 volt, so it's not switched, but it is fused. This switch right here turns on this voltmeter and this USB 3.0 and PD, and this illuminated circuit lighter port. This one can handle 20 amps, 240 watts draw. This switch right here turns on this LED spot and this LED strip back here. Off, on, off. This box has 30 amp each, so that's 360 watts at 12 volts. Anderson. So this right here are also live at all time, fuse independently as well. And this is the pure sine wave, which also comes with a remote wire. So if you have your battery box outside of your tent and you want to control it at night for your fans or diesel heater or whatnot, you could bring in the remote inside your tent. So yep, that's it guys. I'm gonna open this up and show you the inside. So this is the inside. I ran 4 AWG wire to the inverter since it's 1000 watt, and I ran ANL 125 amp fuse line right there. This is the 30 amp fuse for the other outputs there. All the wire here has been upgraded, so 4 AWG right here, and the rest is 10, 12 and 8, so that I make sure that it could handle enough power. That's all the stuff that's inside here that controls the top hat. As you can see, it's sealed off, so that's short circuit. Any type of shorts will be prevented. This is the built-in MPPT solar charge controller, again, which is directly connected to the Anderson plug here that could go directly to your solar panel. In this case, this build was for a customer, a friend. Then we're using a 300 watt panel. This is the circulating fan right here, and so when it's pushed forward, basically it turns on power. It connects the battery to the charge controller, which automatically turns on the circulating fan, which can be adjusted on the load settings on the charge controller's app, which we're gonna adjust based on voltage that comes in when the solar panels are connected, so it's not drawing electricity, which is very, very low anyway. It's like a half watt. When it's hot, like I was showing earlier, you can move this switch forward and it'll turn on the actual circulating fan again, which has the input right here, and it blows out here. You could totally feel the air. Both of them cannot be on at the same time. They're independently switched. Also, this switch, when pushed forward, when you put the 110 volt here, that is what is connected to the built-in charger for the battery bank if you are charging from home. And without this switch being pushed this way, the battery will not be connected to the charger, so it will not be charging that way. So the center off cuts all power to both charge controller and charger, so that the battery does not drain or have any parasitic draw. That's about it on this build, guys. It's a really good build, probably one of the best ones I've put together right here. Actually, I would say this is the best one that I've done by far, and it's overbuilt to make sure that it doesn't overheat and such. So this build right here, again, it's been overbuilt with a bunch of extra outputs, roughly around $720 total for everything that you see here. This box was pre-drilled, pre-built. However, I rewired the inside to accommodate higher drain, higher draw, and independent switches, independent fuse lines inside. Every box can be custom built, so whatever you see fit on your needs, we could build you a box. And I will say that this is definitely much better than a Jackery 1500 and or the Blue Eddy that are like 1000 to 1500 watt range. And this battery cannot and will not fall asleep on you. And yeah, it's an awesome build. Everything's Bluetooth, charge controller's Bluetooth, battery's Bluetooth, so you can monitor everything from there. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions about this, let me know, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.